Welcome back, everybody. Today we are heading to the Fortress to get a lesson in with Kyle Martin. This is my first lesson in probably like 6 or 7 years, so it's been a really long time. What we're kind of going to be going over today is my swing tendencies, my game tendencies, like just kind of what the game is looking like in the past couple months when I've been playing out of state, and then he's going to pick it apart. And then at the end, he kind of tells me some drills to do and what to keep in mind. And then if you stay to the end, you can see kind of the progression we've made just in the 2-hour lesson. So stay to the end. I hope you guys enjoy.
Have you taken lessons before?
A long time ago. Yeah, just kind of what I was noticing is, like I said, it's just the scoring clubs and that stuff was not there. So
Okay. What tends to be your miss? Is it more fat or more thin?
Miss probably right now with the wedges is a little more chunky just because I'm trying to like get down at it. I get a little scared and I just kind of
Okay.
get too steep. And then that also causes it to go right. And then everything else I'd probably say a little thin. Like when I'm holding a wedge in my hand, I'm like, all right, this needs to have some spin, be able to stop right next to it, and then that's where I just kind of throw the club at.
Are you a higher ball hitter typically?
Yes.
Like launches high compared to your buddies that you're playing with?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Because I don't have the shaft lean at impact that creates the low launch.
Okay.
So like I've always been like here at impact, maybe more with a wedge like here, but like if you look at all my irons, it's like almost square with my left leg.
Okay.
So the flip has always been my problem.
Yeah. How often do you miss where it's pulled?
That's my main miss.
Okay.
Is like kind of like a straight pull almost.
Okay.
Maybe it draws like a few yards, but
What about contact on the face, heel to toe?
toe is the main.
Toe.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But usually when it's like when it is the pull, I am hitting it square because I'm kind of like flipping out towards it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be more in the center instead of like it's a release that doesn't really hit the toe. It's more square and just goes left. So.
And it's nuked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's smoked. Yeah.
What have you worked on to try and improve inside? Would you say about 100, 120?
Just like 150, like the scoring clubs.
Yeah.
So like anything inside of like a 9-iron.
Okay. What do you do to try and improve that?
I just try and work on like the different swings. So like 3/4, under 3/4, choke down.
You find it gets worse when you try and go 3/4?
I find I hit it further because I end up not like further, but like further than I want to because I end up being more compressed, and I end up
all
like
of a sudden
here.
the ball speed jumps up.
Exactly, because I'm more compressed, and I just because I feel like I'm doing like the Tommy Fleetwood where it's like it's like here, but you end up hitting it better.
Yeah.
So
more
that's
center base contact, more
Exactly.
compression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've always had a long swing like my entire life, like with a wedge, like a year ago I would have been like here. So I've really shortened my swing, but it's still like really long.
Okay.
So like wedges inside of 100, I have like my clock stuff that I do, but that is different on course because I get stressed out.
Yeah. As soon as those stress levels start elevating, your spatial awareness just goes out the window.
Right. And I've always been a mental player. It's just something I've yet to play enough tournament golf and figure out. But slowly getting there. Playing in front of 2,000 people a month ago was nice. So
you figured out how your body responds right there.
That gave me some adrenaline. I hit a 54, like 120 yards on the first hole.
If you're setting up to play a cut, do you aim left or do you aim square and try and get manipulate that path?
I aim. So I play more of a push cut, if anything.
Yeah.
Because I have a pretty.
You shallow really well.
I shallow really well, and then I kind of just play like this. I like to call it my Roy McIlroy cut, where you just kind of have it start with the face open, and it just like is here, and then starts online, and then cuts to the right. So,
all right,
yeah, that's how I am with pretty much all my clubs too.
That's one of the misses there. It's just a
that was a little skinny,
little thin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedges, it's more fat.
Yeah, especially on course, just because I like 90% of my practice is on a mat. So like when you go out and there's grass there, and you're like, I cannot chunk this ball.
Right.
You end up just kind of like trying to get ball first and just taking a huge divot. But
it's like trying to work on short game chipping out of the rough here, where you have a perfect lie and you know you're gonna hit ball first, and if you don't, you get away with it. Versus when you get out on the golf course and you're like, I have to get pretty darn steep on this to try and create any action on it.
Yeah, and it's like it just creates false confidence on a mat, especially with short game and practicing and stuff. So that's kind of where I've been, because I do most of my practicing on a mat. There it was.
Out of 5 approach shots, how many would you miss left?
For with an 8-iron?
Yeah.
Like left of a pin or left of a green?
Left of your target line.
Probably 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Maybe 1 on a good day.
Okay. One thing I noticed, I always look at everything in setup first.
Yeah.
Because everything in your setup determines the shape or the container your golf swing has got to work within. One thing I noticed in your setup is you tend to set up a little right side dominant, meaning we're a little higher on your right hip than your left hip.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if we're setting up, if I am right side high, even if it's 60%, 65% of your weight's on your back foot,
right,
it is really hard to move early in transition.
For sure.
And I think that's probably one of the issues of why we shallow out, and 2, why we tend to catch shots fat and thin, is if we can't get enough into your left side early enough, then we run into some trouble with contact on the face. I would want you setting up more left hip and left shoulder high.
Okay.
So I want to start there. I just want to hit some 3/4 half shots.
Gotcha.
With that 8-iron.
Okay.
Just setting up and using this face-on mirror, just getting your left side high. It's probably going to give you a sensation of 55, let's say 60 to 70% left.
Okay. Like as an exaggeration, almost like this?
Yeah. Still like, I don't want, let's say shoulders level with the ground, your right hand goes below your left, so we're still going to have some tilt there. But I want left hip feeling like, and left quad feeling a little bit more dominant than your right.
Okay. So what'll that feel like in here? Am I going here, or is it
so
like?
It's not stack and tilt. That's one thing that I want to shy away from. When you make a backswing, because we tilt forward to the golf ball, when you make a backswing, we're still going to have some forward bend this way.
Right.
I don't want us tilting too far back.
Right.
Because we're going to go one of 2 things. We're going to get really steep, or we're going to try and almost teeter-totter where your lower body slides out too much.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just get here.
Yeah.
Get in the comfortable spot.
Yeah.
So
nothing big. I'll start you at, let's go at like 120 yards.
Okay.
2 things I'm paying attention to. Obviously angle of attack, but more so that low point control.
Right.
That's 5.6 inches in front. So the more we can have at least 3.5 to 4.5.
Right. On a full shot.
This is on, around 4 on a full shot.
Okay.
On partial shots, it's probably going to be a little bit more.
Right. Like
Just
that
so
one.
that-
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How much you travel and play, the random conditions you're going to run into.
Right. For sure. Different
The
grass.
more you can flight that ball down and control that, the better off we're going to be.
Okay.
What does that feel like?
Just like, I mean, yeah, it does feel like I'm a lot steeper and
Yeah.
definitely creating such a low ball flight that I'm not used to. I feel like I can't hit the ball right. You know what I mean? Like it feels like I'm almost trapping it. Is that?
Can't hit the ball right directionally?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
where it cuts?
Yeah.
That's where ball position's going to change.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A little skinny.
A little skinny. That one felt like the low point was a little too far. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
feeling?
6.1's pushing it.
Yeah. Definitely.
And this is where we can start to move that ball position up.
Okay.
I would say one ball is about as far as I would go right now.
So like.
Low point's 4.7, but your launch is down.
Yeah.
Probably not working as hard to try and hit that ball 151 yards.
Right. Definitely.
If we're catching it chunky, we're just spinning from the top. When there's got to be,
Extension.
you would probably load, push, then turn. And that same sequence has to hold true with your golf swing. There's got to be a pivot or a twist or a load into your right side, inside your right foot, push, rotate. So that's, I don't want to just get into the habit of just spinning out at the top where we automatically get spinning where your left foot spins out.
Right.
That is way too early. We've got to get there first. Then we can rotate.
Okay.
So your upper body and lower body, their ability to separate from each other is good. We just got to push into that lead side first. Then we can turn literally as fast as you want. Joey.
Yeah. Close though.
Okay. I mean, that's like,
A
I don't know
lot.
if you've ever been that steep with
No,
that.
definitely not.
Which way's it going?
Straight. Dead straight. Oh, it went left. Whoa, that was bad. Might have sliced though. A little bit.
So that was
Perfect.
super toey, but look at how left your path got. 2.6 left.
Yeah, what did I do there? I think
A lot of rotation.
I felt more of like, I don't want to say a pause, but something like a lag is the right word probably. Just like up there. And then my body was going, and then I was able to fire. And
Yeah.
interesting.
Man, you can spin it.
Oh yeah, always been able to. Always been able to. Close.
Okay.
Really close.
Yep. They're going to curve left.
I don't think. No, probably. Haha!
All right.
I think I got it. I think that was the one.
I mean, that's like
I think I was getting.
moving.
I think I was getting a little too like here.
Yeah.
That's way over exaggerated, but that created me
Too
to just
much,
get shallow
yeah.
and shallow. And
Yeah.
but that one I felt like I normally am a taller, like stand straight up golfer, and when I just kind of took it here and then turned and kept my head like in the same spot,
Okay.
it was better.
Okay.
So might not look like I was, those ones before where I was trying to turn left, it looked like I was really throwing my head down there. Which I don't know if that's the difference, but we're going to try it again.
I think when you get into a situation where we get
Yeah.
too much here, too much like left wrist
Yeah.
bow or flexion, and we get into some trouble because that club head's just way too far
And
behind
I think
you.
that's what was happening.
Yeah. I would rather have it stay fairly left wrist fairly flat,
Mm-hmm.
and as you push and start to rotate,
Right.
the
That last
not
one,
only the
that
direction,
one
but
felt the best
loft is
out of
consistent.
all of them, as far as posture and
Yeah.
not trying to really get down at it. And oh,
All right.
close.
Holding on.
it's really close. Give me it. Come on.
Here we
Yes.
go.
It's closer and closer.
It's been a minute since you've hit one heavy,
Yes, it has.
right? So
Yeah.
the more we're pivoting, the more we're pushing into that lead side before we pivot.
Is the kind of the left side starting to look better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you preset, when you make this shift,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
where your low point automatically gets out in front.
Okay. I'm probably gonna start adding that to like a pre-shot, where I just do my couple things and then
So this is side by side.
set up. Wow. Yeah.
It's not, it feels like a ton,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm seeing that right hip and that, let's say that right foot, we're almost vertical on screen left.
Okay.
Now we're shifting a little bit more parallel in terms of your spine tilt,
Gotcha.
hip tilt, shoulder tilt.
So you want that parallel with the ground,
What's that?
the right one?
So I would love to have your left hip higher than your right,
Uh huh.
meaning we've shifted more weight into that lead side, into that left side.
Uh huh. Gotcha. Yeah, I can kind of see it.
We're into that
Right.
into that lead side more.
Yeah.
And it's going to be easier for you to transition out in front
Mm-hmm.
versus when you're that far behind it, it requires either a massive slide with your left side or it requires your hands to try and play catch up.
Okay.
And that's where the thin shots and the
Yeah.
left shots come from.
Right. Hit the flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.